in Kingsport at the Kingsport Civic Auditorium. First out in this welterweight bout at 170, presented by Ogle, Elrod, and Burrill, Dremel Strong, who comes in at 3-2. He's out of the KMAA camp in Knoxville. Dremel started out his career at 1-2, but since has won back-to-back fights on a 2-fight winning streak coming into this one. His opponent, another veteran and another fighter out of Mountain City, Tennessee, Billy Two-Tone Combs, fought 5 times in 2015. He won 3 by stoppage and won the Valor Fights Comeback Fighter of the Year in 2015. Casey, what do you think about this matchup in the welterweight division in the amateur MMA?
Well, Dremel Strong is really coming on. He had a few stumbling blocks in his career early on, and then he has really bounced back hard. You know, of course, he is with the KMAA there in Knoxville. Tremendous camp, as you mentioned. But, you know, his opponent now a little bit larger. You know, Dremel Strong typically in the 155 range. Tonight he's 170. Billy Combs a little bit bigger and it has 3 times as much experience, but he also has, you know, 3 times as many losses on his record. So I think that, you know, it's going to be an interesting matchup. I would say it's going to be the skill of Dremel Strong versus the intensity and size of Billy Two-Tone Combs.
Dremel Strong, who is getting the final checks from the cage side staff, recently recovered from a staph infection. And so we'll see how that may have an impact on him here tonight. It's coached, of course, by Eric Turner and Joey Zonar in that great KMAA camp.
You know, the staph is just a vicious disease within the fight community, and the reason it hits.
All right, we'll get finish that in a second. Back to Jennifer.
And his opponent, please welcome to the cage, Billy Combs.
The reason it plagues the mixed martial arts community, you often see it during the weight cut. Dehydration, you see the immune system go down. You're training really hard. You're maybe not getting enough sleep sometimes, and so your body is getting broken down. And the staph is around all the time. You know, there are killer strains of staph that your body will take in and they'll knock out really easily. But once your immune system is so low and that staph is able to catch on, it can really cause problems. And so you have to be really careful with things like that. Stay clean, take showers and stuff like that. But even beyond that, it could be in your system already. You just got to make sure that you get enough rest and take your vitamin C.
Well, without that significant a weight cut this time, maybe that's something that has been alleviated because Dramel's coming up to 170 in this welterweight bout. Coming out to the cage is Billy Two-Tone Combs. He is 6-9 in his career, an independent fighter out of Mountain City, Tennessee. Take a look at the tail of the tape. Dremel Strong stands 5'9". Billy Two-Tone Combs at 6 feet tall. Strong is 30 years old. Combs is 24 years old. And in the weigh-in, Dremel Strong weighed in at 170. Billy Combs at 171 in this 170-pound welterweight bout. Billy Two-Tone Combs, very hard hitter, and his punches certainly do damage. And he's got to avoid getting put on his back, though, here tonight. And he'll look to land some big punches on his own while doing that. Back to the cage, Jennifer.
This bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. First, fighting out of the Hogs red corner. He weighed in at 170 pounds. Holds a record of 3 wins and 2 defeats and represents KMAA in Knoxville, Tennessee. Give it up for Dremel Strong. And his opponent fighting out of the OEB blue corner. He weighed in at 171 pounds. Holds a record of 6 wins and 9 defeats and fights out of Mountain City, Tennessee. Put your hands together for Billy Two-Tone Combs. Your referee for this action is Nate Jolly.
Nate Jolly, our referee in this welterweight bout at 170, presented by Ogle, Elrod, and Burrill. Dremel Strong in the purple trunks, Billy Two-Tone Combs in the black trunks.
Of course, Billy Combs so synonymous with Valor Fights as a whole. He's been a part of the organization both inside and outside of the cage. And he's always willing to step up and do what has to be done to make the show go on.
Billy also former Apex lightweight champion, #1 contender. See Jermell Strong, he's circling with that right hand, but he hasn't thrown it. A lot of feints and posturing to this point. This on the kick by Billy.
They look like a couple of traditional karate martial artists right there, don't they?
Yeah.
Kind of posturing old school Bruce Lee style.
These guys feeling each other out here, showing some patience. And that might have glanced as a low blow, but touch of the gloves a couple times actually.
Now what we've seen from Jermell in the past is that he does like to get it to the ground. He has had success on the ground when he gets it there, and alas.
There it is. Looking to pass, but he'll stay in half guard. Or side control, excuse me. Trying to advance and push Billy back up against the cage.
Well, Billy, it looks like he's trying to almost climb his way towards the cage there. If he can get his back on it, maybe he can start to slide. But for now, Jermell Strong in a great position here.
Strong has some sharp elbows, man. Those things, they look sharp at least from this vantage point.
And Jermell Strong is top heavy.
Yeah.
That means when he gets on top, he's able to secure and hold that position. Very, very difficult to move underneath him.
3 straight fights for Strong have gone to the judges' scorecard. So he doesn't have the number of fight experience that Combs does, but he's gone the distance a lot. Sticking a couple elbows to the body.
Yeah, those will get you moving for sure. Those are definitely not a finishing type technique, but they'll make you move, and I think that's what Strong's looking to do, is maybe loosen Billy Combs up a little bit and look to advance into a stronger position here.
How is Combs defending, in your opinion?
Well, he's got it locked up, but very, making it difficult for Jermell Strong to land any damage. But that being said, you have to advance.
Full mount, but he's high. And sticking some shots on Combs.
Yeah, but I think Jermell's in a really good spot here. Those shots are wide open there.
Final seconds. Could this get stopped before the round?
That's
and it
done.
will.
It's done.
Wow. Jermell Strong.
Too many shots.
Maybe 3 seconds left in round number 1. Gets a stoppage win over Billy Combs.
Yeah, those were clean shots as well. Beautiful mount position. Jermell Strong looking great here.
And as you know, you've pointed out in amateur MMA, they're going to be quicker to stop it than they would in the pros.
Absolutely, and again, rightly so. There's no money on the line. There's nothing but your advancement in the sport, and that's what the referee is here to make sure happens.
So how about Jermell Strong, who started out his career at 1-2, and after this win today has reeled off 3 straight wins inside the cage to move his record to 4-2. Billy Combs is now at 6-10 in his career with a ton of experience, and was the comeback fighter of the year in Valor Fights in 2015, and has this setback, but I'm sure Billy will be back. Certainly a tough fighter out of Mountain City. Billy, an independent fighter, and Jermell has that KMAA camp on his side, and they're excited about it. Eric?
I know that he is certainly excited. It's been a while since Jermell Strong finished a fight, without making it to the decision. This time he had a beautiful finish there. I know he is absolutely delighted because, we were here calling both of his last 2 decisions. He was very dominant, but you could tell he was a little frustrated, unable to finish the fight. So he does it here and moves on.
Yeah, Casey, you're right. The last 3 fights have gone to the decision. Last 2 of those were wins, and then the last finished fight he had was over Dalton Davidson at Valor Fight 17 back in November of 2014. So it's been a while. And prior to that, his first MMA fight, he lost to Mike Snow earlier in 2014, a submission guillotine.
And I think this is his first TKO finish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Other 2 decision and 1 verbal submission prior to that. All right, announcement of our winner. Back to Jennifer.
Your referee stops this fight at 2 minutes and 55 seconds into the first round for your winner via TKO, Jermell Strong.